I just want to make sure that we're not making every, even volunteers, right? We're not double up in our efforts when if it's listed, and once it gets listed, it's on there. So, and I get it. This is not an easy task by any means. I do want to go back though and kind of clarify, just mention, as a teacher, you are always responsible for what's in your classroom and what you do and what you show. So just because now the state has said, oh, now we're going to give you a third degree felony or whatever, you were always in charge of the classroom and what was shown and was not shown. So this to me is just the next degree down. If in my history class I was going to show a video that was inappropriate and it came out as inappropriate and a student went home and a teacher and they went and called the principal, etc., I'm in charge of the classroom. So I think this is not, to me, this is us protecting the teachers, not saying we're banning books. This is us saying we don't want you to get in trouble. Maybe you didn't know this book was there. Maybe you didn't read this whole book. And to me, and I know I'm not saying it's going to be an easy, it's not a burden on teachers and the volunteers that go in and you all as staff and do what you're doing. But I think we've got to take a step back and look at, we're doing this because the law is the law, and it's not that we up here created this law, but we're going to make sure you're protected from this law, and here's how we're going to do it. And I think that this isn't a ban on books. This isn't a ban on, you can't have a classroom set or a library in your classroom. It just can't be pornography, and it just can't be a 12th grade book and you're a third grade teacher. So I just want to make sure that for in my personal opinion, this is us protecting our teachers, because sometimes books are given and they don't have time to look at everything. And hey, a parent dropped off a box of 50 books. To go on to the flipping your cabinets back and turning in your sheets and things like that. I think that some of that's just a reaction of what this looks like, this burden, what this looks like. Mm-hmm. You could sit there and have the books and just tell the children, hey, we're not using our books right now. And they just don't use the books. As far as I know, there's not any book cops going school to school, classroom to classroom, looking and hunting for something right now. I mean, this is just implemented. We're trying to go through this process. So I don't want teachers to feel like all of a sudden this is coming to place and we're all coming, there's book police coming to make sure everything's under control. Just don't allow your books right now to go out until you feel like they're all vetted. Well, and I said and I said to Tuesday that it was my decision to push this presentation back to this workshop instead of 2 weeks ago on the 17th. We could have had it then. And I think that would have brought a lot more clarity to what's moving forward, to what's happened this past week. I think it brought a lot more clarity to that situation. And, hindsight's 2020. I wish now that we'd have had this workshop 2 weeks ago on the 17th.
Sure.
And I think on the 17th, or maybe it was the 16th, whatever it was, whichever that time was. And I said Tuesday, I'll take that blame, and I'll take it today, and I'll take it forever. I think that if we'd had this discussion beforehand and it would have been out in the public and the teachers, etc., I don't think we'd have had so much reaction what we did. There's still going to be people that disagree with what we're doing.
Sure.
That's not the issue. But I think that we could that looking back, I definitely could have kept it on the workshop, and I moved it. So I thought something was more important than what this was, and that was a miscalculation on my part, and I'll admit it. So, and that's the way we should be. We should look back and reflect. Hey, can we do things differently?
Yeah, we
better?
constantly strive to improve, to better support our schools. That's why we're here.